Hey, it's time to go 11 with another X and Y Wi-Fi battle. This was against my friend, the same one as the really stall-heavy battle. Don't worry, this one does not have anywhere near as much stall. Quick look at the teams. I am once again bringing Typhlosion and Duskmore like I have for most of my battles recently, and Espeon since I'm still trying to get Espeon to be used, and then Ball Shippo because I knew how much physical power his team had, and because I needed something to stop him from setting up rocks. Then he has the Golurk, which in the previous battle was choice banded. It was not choice banded this time. He switched the item. And the Electros, which is more or less just a well-rounded attacker. Piloswine, which is insanely bulky, good for setting up rocks and attacking. Seriously, that thing doesn't even go down to Pyro's flamethrower in one hit in the sun. Not sure about a Fire Blast. It might be able to even take a Fire Blast. But I've not figured out anything that can one-shot that thing. So, and then the Houndoom, which he usually brings to stop Pyro's flamethrower since it has Flash Fire. Then the Ambipom. Most people know what Ambipom can do. And the not Mega Kangaskhan. So I figured he was going to lead off with Piloswine, so I led off with Pyro. That way he couldn't hurt me with rocks. Turns out he went with the Golurk. I didn't go for Ball Shippo lead because Piloswine would easily just be able to Earthquake it before doing anything. So here, he told me that he was switching out expecting a Solar Beam. I actually went for Flamethrower, which was worse, since that lets him get at +1. So I just wanted to sack off Flarissa here. Or I believe I thought he might switch. No, I'm pretty sure I was just sacking off Flarissa to take a Dark Pulse. And with the +3 in the sun, Life Orb Flamethrower, who's able to one-shot Flarissa, who resisted it with Assault Vest. So here, I figured, okay, it's over. I lost already. Then I realized after Duskmore went down that Typhlosion outspeeds and with enough luck could hit this Focus Blast and take out that thing. So Duskmore was completely wasted. But at that point I thought I was just going to lose anyway. There was no way to stop this thing. Then I realized Typhlosion could stop it. And Typhlosion did with that nice hit on the Focus Blast, which has an annoying tendency to always miss. No matter what it's using Focus Blast, it has an annoying tendency to almost always miss. So here is where I found out that it wasn't choice banded anymore. He switched it for Citrus Berry, which he said worked better for most circumstances. So with Sun Up, Typhlosion is now perfectly capable of destroying almost anything. Literally. There is nothing that can take the eruption anymore. And Piloswine is able to survive a in the sun full HP eruption. Honestly, that thing should be re-nicknamed to some kind of bulk-related name. Something with, like, Wall Piloswine. Honestly, that thing is Wall Piloswine. Not even a Titan could break it. No, just kidding. So when he sent in the Ambipom, I knew the fake out was coming because he's had this Ambipom for a long time. So I sent in Ball Shippo to get some residual damage on that thing. I think I forget if I was expecting him to switch or not, but it didn't matter since anything he could send in wasn't going to appreciate a Toxic. So just trying to stall this thing out here, and right here, there was nothing I could switch into safely, so I was just going to sack off Ball Shippo. But I get the double protect, Poison takes out the Golurk. I want to hug this thing if it wasn't for the fact that it would probably be dangerous to hug something that can so easily explode. So, since I know this thing has Rest and Sleep Talk, I'm going to have to be able to hit it as hard as possible, and Typhlosion comes in when I wasn't even able to send him in. Pretty much the perfect thing to get sent in, since now I'm perfectly able to go for a Focus Blast, outspeeding this thing, of course I'm outspeeding this short star, and hits the Focus Blast the second time. And the Drain Punch didn't matter since I wasn't using Eruption, so HP didn't matter at this point. And the Toxic damage was going to lower this thing to a point where if I hit this second Focus Blast, I was going to be able to take it out. If I didn't hit it, it was probably going to go for Rest. And I hit the second Focus Blast! Goodbye, Shiny Kangaskhan! So I more or less just sent an Espeon so I could get a safe switch. Since Typhlosion is the win condition for everything, all I need is just to keep switching in other things so I can switch him back in. Now here, if you had gone for the Thunderbolt instead of Flamethrower, you could have taken me out easier. But I was paralyzed, so it didn't matter in the slightest. I still don't know why he didn't go for Thunderbolt. Maybe just a misclick. So anyway, Espeon goes down without getting to do anything like usual. And now another badly poisoned Pokemon on his team. So here it was a bunch of mind games, since Flamethrower is the only thing that could do much to Ball Shippo, but Flamethrower wouldn't do much to anyone else, but Thunderbolt wouldn't touch Ball Shippo. So instead of switching, I go for the Volt Switch, since why not? And he keeps going for the Flamethrower, not expecting me to switch, meaning Typhlosion is now in the perfect position to get a Blaze-boosted Flamethrower off, and this Electros is low enough that there's no way it can survive a Blaze-boosted Flamethrower. At least I believe Blaze is activated at this point. I'm not sure. So now, I know that the Fake Out is obviously coming again, so a Ball Shippo can just take it and let this thing take Rocky Helmet damage. And perfectly, he survives so that this Ambipom can attack again and then get a second Rocky Helmet damage and the Aftermath damage instead of just Rocky Helmet damage once and the Aftermath damage. Which means Typhlosion can now take out this thing easily from that range. Might have still been able to do it without the Aftermath and Rocky Helmet damage, but still. And that's the end of it. Typhlosion did pretty much all the work in that battle, along with Ball Shippo. An incredible team-up between them. They took out more or less everything on their own by just switching in other things as fodder. So if you want to battle me, comment below asking for a battle, or at me on Twitter asking for a battle. So, see you next time!